His toilet was covered in stains from the bowl to the seat.
Does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit? It's me. Disgusting!
Hello friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swearsies, it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up, pretty please. Today, we're jumping back into r/NeckbeardStories. Some of that wholesomeness, some of that reformed neckbeard. I'm planning on knocking out parts 2 and 3 today, and then maybe parts 3 and 4 can come like on Christmas. Wouldn't that be a wholesome Christmas tale? I think that's a good way to time it out. And then I can get the compilation together just in time for, I don't know, Valentine's Day or something like that. I did put the Bluebeard compilation up a couple of days ago. People seemed a little bit miffed by that, at least a couple of people. I guess I need to wait a little bit longer to put compilations like that together, but I'm preparing for Christmas is what's happening. If you see more compilations than usual, I'm trying to get a few days out ahead so I ain't got to sweat it during the holidays, and you guys can still have some delicious cringe, although albeit maybe some more stale than usual. A little less fresh, but I hope that it is still acceptable to my lovely viewers. And of course I will be back with the fresh cringe as soon as possible, as I do, you know. So let's see what we can get into today. We'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this Neckbeard Stories cringe. My Journey to Reform a Neckbeard, Part 2. Hey, if you missed Part 1, the link is in the description, and also should have been at the beginning of the video if I did everything right. Sometimes I don't. Greetings, everyone. Hi, a random teacher. Your favorite teacher is back to relive this story of self-improvement, cringe, and friendship. Actually, my favorite teacher was from 5th grade. Her name was Miss Yoshino. But, yeah, you're a nice random substitute, I guess. Today, we'll be diving back into my journey to turn Ed, our neckbeard, from a socially inept, stinky neckbeard into a functioning member of society. Your goals, I guess. You don't want to ride the neat gravy train forever, do you, Ed? I mean, he's not even really neat because he's at college, isn't he? Whatever, I digress. I do have to warn you that this story contains some disgusting descriptions of his neckbeard nest. No pictures, as he asked me specifically not to post them. So, you have been warned. Oh, a description is plenty enough for me. We went into r/neckbeard nest. I saw photos one time. That was enough. A description will do just fine. I don't want to hit my cringe limit for the day too quick, you know. Where last we left off, our dear friend Ed had managed to royally screw up his first real social interaction, and I had screamed at him for trying to use autism as an excuse for his crappy behavior. I mean, is it really crappy behavior if you're unaware what exactly it is you're doing? I don't know. I did support OP in that choice in the last post. Maybe I'm a softie, but I do feel the slightest bit bad for Ed, especially considering that he does legitimately want to improve himself. He also managed to finally hygiene for once, but this story gets a little more into his problems with hygiene. Oh boy, yeah, we've seen that before. So, I had noticed a couple of weird behaviors from Ed, like him never wanting to let me into his room, and him always talking about women. I mean, like, an over-obsession with girls. Let's stick with women, because when you say girls, I think something else when we're talking about neckbeards. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Like, every time a woman would walk by, he would completely turn his head and say, "Oh, damn, girl, what I wouldn't do to that." Which is nothing. You wouldn't do anything to that. She's not gonna let you. It was literally over the top. Almost like he was trying to act, but I paid it no mind and just kind of chalked it up to him being weird. He is trying to play like a certain role. He sees it work for other people, likely like in the movies. And he's like, yeah, that's how real life works. And no, it 100% is not. I think a lot of people have that problem because of media overconsumption. Not just neckbeards, but I guess that's a video rant for another day. So about 3 weeks after the end of our last story, I asked to go to Ed's room to study. Ed says,
Nah, man. We could just study here.
OP, you know, there's an event here, and my roommate has his girlfriend in the room, so really your room is the only place that makes sense. Ed,
Well, maybe we could just study tomorrow.
OP, the test is tomorrow. Yeah, wake up early, cram in the morning. It's gonna be great. Super fun.
Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up.
And Ed just leaves at this point. I love that. He's like, okay, definitely a no, but I don't want to say no, so I'm just gonna evacuate myself from the situation. That is so adorable. Now, fair warning, it's not uncommon for friends to pop up on each other at random and force some chill time. As I've said before, that sounds like a nightmare. Please, inform me that you're coming so I can tell you please don't come. This was just me being a good friend because I thought he could use some cheering up, so it was coming from a place of goodwill. I head over to his building to surprise him, and I catch him just as he's about to leave his room. OP, nah, we're chilling now. I brought some pizza. God damn it, dude. I could not.
Pizza time.
Isn't this like so overly intrusive? Like, you really have the gall to tell me what I'm going to do with the rest of my day? You see me leaving the room, don't you? Ugh, I can't stand it. Okay, it was coming from a place of goodwill, but a lot of people would not respond kindly to this, myself included. Ed tries to stop OP when he's going to barge into the room, and he says, no, wait, you... Well, I open the door, and what I see next is horrifying. So much so that I'm gonna start a new paragraph to describe the scene in front of me. Trash. Everywhere. On everything. Old pizza boxes, greasy fast food bags, old chicken tenders, not joking, and strange sticky spots covering the floor. It's really not that hard to like hang a trash bag in your room. Come on, man. Even at my lowest, we always had a trash bag in the room. I mean, the floor was still covered in lots of little crumbly crap because we didn't have a vacuum, but no big trash. That stuff went in the dumpster bag. If I can do it, anybody could do it, I swear. Smelly, sweaty clothes were also everywhere. There was a foul odor, a mixture of sweat and shit and rotten food, topped off with a liberal amount of Axe body spray. As always. It smelled like maybe he had tried to clean the floors with liquid Axe body spray. Literally, the smell was so overpowering. I mean, Axe doesn't smell great, but it smells better than garbage and rotting food. At least by a little bit. The desk was crammed with books and paper and hentai manga. Not anything alarming, no lolly or anything. Thank God for that. Because like I said, that is what I think of when a neckbeard mentions girls. But yeah, it was still hentai on the counter and a bottle of lotion on the desk. No tissues? He just got a dirty coom sock laying under the desk or something? And of course we can't forget the garbage bags. They were just lined up at the door. Hey, that's something, isn't it? They were filled with crap that this dude was too lazy to take to the dumpster. This, combined with the smell, made me absolutely sick. I thought I was gonna throw up. I run into the bathroom, and again, Ed tries to stop me, saying, "Wait, don't!" I should have listened. His toilet was covered in shit stains, from the bowl to the seat.
Does somebody not know how to flush a toilet after they've had a shit? It's me. Disgusting!
I can't breathe, bro. The seat, you pooped on the seat and you didn't take like a little thing of toilet paper. Just try to make it nice. God damn it, dude. Oh, a smell of piss hit me like a ton of bricks. You know, it's just spattered all around the base of the toilet. Oh, I usually think of beard kitchens as the worst thing, but yeah, the bathroom offers some heavy competition. And then we get to the shower. The curtain was covered in mold. The bottom of the shower was also black with mold and smelled of concentrated piss. Bro, you're supposed to wash it down when you pee in the shower. What's going on here? But the absolute worst thing here was a dildo attached to the wall of the shower with strange brown spots covering it. Oh no! I mean, he wasn't expecting company. You are in his private space. He can do as he pleases, but goddamn, you're not gonna rinse it off or something? Oh God!
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
You're gonna take that thing covered in festering poop and put it back inside yourself. Please don't ever in life. Oh, I ignored it, but kind of had a suspicion about him. I just stared at him and said nothing. He looked back at me and said,
This is why I didn't want you to come.
OP, dude, how can you live like this? Ed starting to cry.
I don't know.
Aw, man, now I feel for the beard, but at least he seems like a relatively innocent beard. There are times when it's just really hard to overcome depression or, you know, some sort of mental disorder, and things like this do happen. And while Ed is smart enough to be ashamed about it, I don't think that he has the mental fortitude to go forward with fixing it, which is where OP comes in, and thankfully Ed agrees, presumably. So OP says, well, let's stop living like this and do something about it. Ed?
But where do I start?
OP, I'll help you as much as I can. Aw, a beautiful bromance blossoming, let me tell you that much. Hopefully Ed is able to keep the room as clean as OP left it, because a lot of beard tales I hear, like somebody cleans up all this crap and then a month later it's back to exactly the same state. So hopefully that's not the case here. As we saw in the first part, Ed does want to change, so I guess we'll just see how it goes. So we locked the room and headed to the closest Walmart. Ed spent about $70 on cleaning supplies, a new shower curtain, and some laundry soap. While we're out, I take him to the Bath & Body Works to get some good body wash, cologne, and some real body spray. What you like, coconut sunshine? Oh, you mean a man's body spray? Do they make body spray for men? What? I'm just razzing you. It's not a thing that I would consider buying for myself, but hey, maybe I should, because, you know, wifey hits me with a spritz of French vanilla before we walk out the door. She's trying to tell me something. She just doesn't want to say it with her mouth, maybe? Now I'm thinking deep. After this video, I gotta take a step back and reassess my whole life. On this day, he threw out all of his acts. All, which was probably a lot, considering how the place smelled. But yeah, that's not the kind of thing you can sell secondhand, I suppose. When we get back, it takes at least 5 hours to clean the room in its entirety. We scrubbed every inch of that place, top to bottom. We replaced the shower curtains and washed all of his clothes. He obviously didn't know the ins and outs of serious cleaning, but my mom taught me well, and I taught Ed all that I knew. I really feel for Ed in this moment, man. Guys get like put out of the house and people are just like, figure it out. You're a man, you don't need to know how to clean unless you're living by yourself, and then your whole house is a mess and people are like, hey, why is your house such a mess? It's like, I don't really know where to start. In the Navy, it was easy enough to keep stuff clean because I could pay people to come and clean my room. But once I moved out to civilian life, it was really, really difficult because money was tight and I had no idea how to do anything, basically. So yes, my house was equally as disgusting. I feel like I know where Ed is coming from in a big way, is what I'm trying to say. You should come over and teach me some things. Use a random teacher. That's what you could be the teacher of. God knows my wife would appreciate that. We had to throw out at least 10 bags worth of crap from his room, including his old sheets. Yes, purge the pickled sheets. But at the end of it, he had a clean room that looked good and smelled good and made him feel good. He turned to me with tears in his eyes and thanked me. Ed?
Thank you so much, man. I don't know what I would have done without you.
OP, so how do you feel? Ed?
Better than ever.
He gives me a giant hug and buys us dinner for the night. Aw, he is a good guy. This is a wholesome story. I love it. When I leave, I feel good about him. Sadly, I had to cancel an appointment with this woman that I'd been talking to, but helping my friend was so worth it. Appointment? What are you, like a gigolo or something? You can call it a date. That's okay. Then another week passes and refund season hits. Now, since Ed had a lot of scholarships from him not only being smart as hell, but also an amazing coder, his school was not only paid for, but he also had plenty of money left over that he got back as a refund. At least like $5,000 a semester. Yeah, Ed's living it big, right? So I see him walk in with one of the hottest girls on campus, and I think to myself, something ain't right here. Oh, come on, OP. He could pull that, right? Not yet. I mean, I'm not throwing any shade on the dude because I knew that he was a good guy, but this girl had a reputation around campus. Oh, hottest girl, also gold digger. Probably lead with the gold digger line. So when he sees me, he's all excited to introduce me to
his new girlfriend.
We shall call her Shay. Ed?
Hey, bro. This is Shay. She's my girlfriend.
OP? Dude, seriously? That's pretty nice. Hope you two are happy. Shay with a big fake smile. Yeah, he's definitely something. I knew at this point exactly what was happening, but I left it alone due to me not wanting to upset him. Plus, he wouldn't have believed me. So as the next 2 weeks go by, he drops the sum total of $1,500 on this girl. I hope you're at least getting some, Ed. You know he's not, though, and that's the saddest part of all. Between dates and food and clothes and gas and an expensive new laptop, the amount of money that he burned made me upset. So I finally sat him down to try and talk to him, but he obviously doesn't believe what I say, and he retorts,
This is what men do for women. And if I didn't support him and his new relationship, then we couldn't be friends.
And he added that
Shay told him that I might try to break them up because I wanted her.
Yeah, maybe, whatever. I mean, might be a nice little ride, but too rich for my blood. So I just gave him a little piece of advice. I tell him next time they're about to hang out, ask if they can do something that doesn't cost any money. And he just stormed off. That is primo advice right there, OP. If you don't want to just come to the park with me and eat a bag of chips while we people watch, then it's never going to work, honestly. Try to get me to drop 3 stacks on dinner, ain't even going back to my room afterwards? Bruh. I am not the one. And predictably, next week, Ed comes back up to me looking pitiful. Ed says,
We broke up, man.
OP, I told you this would happen. Women like that are only after one thing, and you currently have plenty of it. You just need to be smart. Is it completely fair to paint her with that brush? I don't know. The only information we've been given on her as a person makes me kind of despise her a little, but part of me has to respect how she played the game, you know? Ed got finessed. Finessed real hard. Ed?
Yeah, but I need to tell you something.
OP, what is it? Ed?
Well, I think I'm gay.
Then why you fronting like this? Oh god, a neckbeard with a beard. Which, if you didn't know, a beard is like a woman that hangs out with a gay guy so he looks straight. That is a top tier form of irony or something like that. OP says, yeah, I kind of figured that you were from the dildo that was mounted up in your shower. But if you were gay, why did you let her take advantage of you if you didn't even like her? Ed?
Well, as long as it wasn't with a guy, then I'm not being gay, so it's not a sin.
Oh, Ed, they poisoned you, my brother. OP says, now, I'm a Christian, but I don't think gay people are gonna rot in hell. I mean, neither do I, dude. I think if you're doing good things, respecting other people, and living your life to the fullest, then, I mean, what else can really be asked of somebody, you know? And OP tells Ed, yeah, people don't go to hell for being gay. Also, why did you wait so long to tell me? Ed?
Because no one would want to be friends with a gay guy.
But he didn't say gay guy. He used a bad word. OP? Who told you that? Ed?
My parents.
OP? Well, I'm friends with you, aren't I? So, what's the big issue? Ed?
But I still spent so much money on Shay. I feel like such a dumbass for that.
Good topic shift. He's like, oh, I'm not going to win this argument. Let's focus on something else. Sure, why not? I do find it sad that Ed's parents kind of poisoned his mind, but I'm sure he'll get that flipped around, learn to be himself, and love himself. But anyways, yep, that's where this story ends for now, but there's one major detail that you might not like. Also, it might sound a little fake, so take this next part with a grain of salt. Shay was roommates with a friend of mine who was extremely pissed when she found out what Shay had been doing. So we devised a plan where her new laptop, which she barely used anyways, would come up missing. She found out what happened and tried to report her roommate for stealing the laptop, but since Ed still had the receipt, we were able to say that the laptop was his and that he was letting her use it. She hadn't returned it, and we had her roommate get it back for Ed. The campus police sided with us and even got her to sign her account out of the laptop. Ed then factory reset the laptop and kept it for himself. He at least managed to get back a good chunk of the value that he burned on her. Yeah, I'm aware that this is illegal, but seeing as she took advantage of an autistic neckbeard in reform, I don't really care. This is where our story comes to an end for now. Join me next time when we address his diet and exercise. Until next time, readers. Now that last bit definitely is more than a little bit convoluted, but I am glad overall that Ed was able to retrieve the laptop. It definitely was illegal. I don't think that the courts would take his disability into account. And I also find it kind of ironic that, yeah, the disability can be used as an excuse when he buys a chicken expensive laptop, but not for talking about animated pornography. What's the difference between these two occasions? I guess it's that OP is placing the label on Ed instead of him placing it upon himself. Overall, Ed getting finessed by this gold digger is not really the part that I want to focus on. The cleaning of the room. Absolute bro move. 100%. Probably something that I would not have thrown myself into voluntarily. And OP is definitely a good person for trying to rescue this neckbeard, regardless of why he started on this quest. Is it a quest of pity? Is it a quest of reconciliation? Are you trying to make something up to him? Like, in my brain, there just always has to be an ulterior motive. I'm always looking for it. To just do this out of the goodness of your heart seems the slightest bit sus to me, but I guess I'm ever the cynic, so let's go on. We'll jump into part number 3 today, and we'll see how it goes. And maybe we could get just a little more insight. So let's do it. My Journey to Reform a Neckbeard, Part 3, Diet and Bearder Size, which is no exercise at all. bearder size is lifting cans of Mountain Dew to your mouth and lifting the tendies to the dipping sauce. That about covers it. Anyways, oh man, there's no way I got messages and 50 plus upvotes and a reward on my last post. Yeah, it kind of took fire. People are really shoving this one. So far, seems to be a wholesome beard story done right. I had no idea that you guys like these stories that much, and as such, I must continue to deliver. Oh, bless you, OP. I'm sorry for being gone so long, as being a teacher does keep me quite busy. We still haven't established what you teach. Can we get that information somewhere somehow? That is quite curious indeed. Maybe he addresses it in the comments. I don't really read the comments because I want to give like my actual thoughts. Anywho, I have now returned, and I will deliver you the most effective methods of getting a neckbeard to exercise. And again, maybe I could use these for myself. Let me get my my notepad out. Try and force myself back into the gym. Oy. So, about 3 weeks after the events involving Shay, I had begun to help Ed with his diet. The first major part was addressing his liquid intake. I am not shitting you at all when I tell you that I believe all this man drank was pop. Yeah, don't do that. Your kidneys are gonna fail before you're 30. Then again, all I really drink is coffee. But, I sneak some water in there every once in a while. I am talking about bags of 2 liters when we clean this dude's room. And walking around with a 2 liter of either Mountain Dew or Pepsi or Orange Crush daily. I honestly thought about calling him Kel for a second because of all the orange soda he drank. If you know, you know. Oh, Kaden and Kel reference, bruh. Who loves orange soda? Ed loves orange soda. Oh god, I guess I do know. I'm old. He had a lot of joint pain and terrible acne from all the excess sugar and the other crap that they throw into pop, so obviously this was the first major step in changing his diet, as eating better does make you feel better. Legitimately it does. I'm hooked on salads, bro. You better throw some chicken breast in there. I need some meat. Give me an antipasto salad. That's what makes me feel the very best. But yeah, I like green things. It make me feel good. The first thing I did was get him on a strict diet of only water for a week. Now, this was not easy to accomplish, but with me staying on his case and letting him stay with me for the whole week, we got him to only drink water for 1 entire week. At the end of the week, he started feeling better. Going to the bathroom was easier, his joint pain cleared up, and so had his acne. But liquids were only part of the diet. It was time to get to the food. I mean, I don't know if I could flip reverse my whole routine and everything like this. Even just cutting out the sodas, those empty calories that don't even fill you up, can go a long way. I don't even know if we need to address the food at this point. But it seems like OP is going to go the full 9. So, I'm not kidding you when I say that this man would eat 69.42% fast food. 83.87% of statistics are made up on the spot. Obviously, I made that number up. Oh, he totally acknowledged it. But needless to say, this dude ate a lot of fast food. But the worst part was that it was mostly Arby's. Yeah, because their Twitter is posting anime and stuff like that. They know their branding, okay? Like at least 4 times a week he would eat at Arby's. This was shocking. Not because of the amount of fast food that he ate, but because to this day, I have never met anyone else who actually eats Arby's regularly and enjoys it. Yeah, Arby's is like one of those road trip things. I'm hungry now. I guess we'll pull off here. There's only an Arby's. Oh well.
This shit look nasty as fuck! Arby's, we have the beef.
I think I've been to Arby's like twice. After thoroughly roasting him for eating Arby's, I asked him a few questions as to his large amount of fast food intake, and he revealed to me that
he didn't know how to cook.
Yeah, again, it's that thing that I addressed last episode. You're a man. You don't need to learn how to cook. And then you go out in the world and all you're eating is pre-prepared crap, freezer-ready meals. And people are like, why do you only eat garbage? Bruh, because I don't know how to cook. It really is a sorry state of affairs. I don't blame this neckbeard at all. I blame society. That's right. I'm taking it there. Now, it's normal for guys in their early 20s to not know how to cook, but this was unacceptable. I took it upon myself to teach this man all the ins and outs of cooking. By the time I was done, I was gonna turn him into a black Gordon Ramsay. He's black? I guess I didn't expect that. I usually imagine neckbeards as white dudes. But okay. Did that hit anybody else by surprise? Comment section? Please let me know. So I took him through a month-long cooking boot camp, where every waking moment was filled with heat and stress until he ate, slept, and breathed cooking. Well, that can't be good for your lungs. Or I just gave him my old foreman and showed him how to grill some chicken tenders instead of frying them, and managed to get his veggie intake to a semi-reasonable level. Still wasn't great, but it's progress. Now we get to the exercise part. That's right, we got a black Gordon Ramsay over here. He cooks everything on his George Foreman grill. Oh, that's all the ins and outs of cooking, guys. That's all you need to know. Go buy a George Foreman.
Great tasting, healthier food in minutes.
Not a sponsor yet. God damn, dude. They couldn't have taken more than a day. Here, plug it in. Throw some chicken on it. It's good. Okay, but yeah, the exercise. Now, I don't need to be the one to tell you that getting some extremely overweight dude to run and exercise is extremely difficult. So I decided to focus on just increased activity rather than actual workouts. Yeah, that's how it starts. Then you get those endorphins flowing and you're like, oh, what if we actually did a jog instead of a walk today? The hardest part is just getting the ball rolling. I guess both literally and figuratively. I wanted to show him that physical activity could be fun. So naturally, the first place that I went was Pokemon Go. Oh, legit, dude. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but when the game first came out, the first few months that it was out and people were nuts for it, I used to take people's phones and go hatch their eggs for them. And they would pay me to do it. After work, I was getting exercise, making buku bucks. I could have quit my job at that point, honestly, but I knew that the Pokemon Go craze was not going to be forever. So I didn't. But yeah, well, the fire in my belly lasted. Honestly, I was probably in the best shape of my life at that point. So Ed and OP would walk around campus for hours catching Pokemon together, and honestly, it was pretty enjoyable for the both of us. Yeah, stay off those lures. You gotta go walk around. But I still needed to take this a step further, as we were going to need some intense activity to seriously start getting Ed to lose some actual weight. But there was just no energy that came with him to get him to lift weights with me. But one night, he asked me to go to a nightclub with him. Oh yeah, big boy can move when he wants to move, I'll tell you that. Dancing is a really good way to do it too. You don't even have to take amphetamines, but it helps. Hey, don't do drugs. So yes, it was at this club that Ed discovered his love of dubstep, or techno music, whichever one you prefer. Ugh, I prefer neither. Give me some EDM, bro. It's like that inner hipster coming out. Sorry. So I got the idea to incorporate this into some workouts, and oh boy, did it work. We would hit the gym 3 times a week for at least an hour a day and go hard, powered by the force of grimy dubstep to give us limitless energy. This, along with the changes in his diet, worked wonders. So let's fast forward to around the end of 2017. Oh yeah, you were really in on that Pokemon Go craze. Wasn't that 2016, something like that? Dude was really putting in work, and he had made some significant progress. For about a month and a half worth of work, he managed to lose 35 pounds. When I showed him his before and after pictures, he started tearing up and again gave me a giant hug. He honestly had made some shocking progress, and the determination that I saw in his eyes to keep going let me know that not only was I doing the right thing, but I was also likely making a friend for life. And this is where our story ends. Sorry for such a long break. As I said before, teaching keeps me busy, but hopefully I can get the next part up before too long. I appreciate all the messages and comments, my story being read to perfection by Moonhorse, aw, beautiful Moonhorse, and the award that I received on the previous post. Honestly, it brings me joy that so many people are willing to listen to a sappy, feel-good story, instead of just reading about people making fools of themselves and having a laugh about it, so thanks to all of you for reading. Finally, if you're interested, I can share some of my tale from working at a GameStop after I'm finished with Ed, but just let me know. Until next time, readers. So to me, it would be a great scientific advancement if we could just kick our feet up and be like, oh, that's it. Hard dubstep is the solution to beardery. But the truth is that Ed did all of this with what he had inside. He had a need to change. He knew that what he was doing with his life wasn't the right thing. Luckily, OP stepped in for whatever reason to try and guide him, show him the way, and for as much as I do like to hassle him, give him a little of the old razzle-dazzle, I do think that he is a good dude overall. I would go so far as to say it even seems to me like part 3 is where you could close the book and just be like, yeah, Ed lives a good life now, the end, but obviously there is something more that we have yet to uncover. I'm quite interested to see what it is, and you guys will have to wait a little longer unless you want to go dig up the post for yourself. I don't mind that none too much either. I always put my own, original spin on it. I got my stories and tangents right in the middle of the story. Sub-stories, I'll call them. And I do think that it adds a little something. And I hope that it added something for you as well. I do hope that you guys enjoyed the video and that you will like, comment, and or subscribe. Maybe share it around if you should like. I definitely appreciate that so much. We've also got some links in the description. Twitter, Discord, Facebook, you know what it is. Oh, also Patreon and podcasts and playlists and plugs. That's all the P's. And I would also like to thank my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons. As always, Jerry much. So, thank you, Robert Waits, Jarhead Jerry, Oorah, Logan Wolf, River Jerry, Conrad Ingy, Clapton Cloud Jerry, Hong Kong, Aaron W, Twisted Chouse, and Miss Susie, Danny, Jerry Nerdnick, For Auld Lang Syne, Fire Drake, Giggle Jerry, Hee Hee, Ayuriri, the most different Jerry spelling, Jory the Pirate. I love it. Liverson loves Jerry, so does ReddX. Rogue, Silent Revolver, the OG Jerry, that's him, Jerry. Becca, Jerish Kitsune, Little Lone Wolf, Matthew Simmons, hey, that's a new one. Welcome to the fold, friend. Satori, 211 Jerry, the return of Jerry. A bundle of Jerrys are coming for your toes. Not my toesies. Also a new one. Hello, welcome. A Jerry, a Juggling Jerry's, a Justy Jargonian Jerry. Alunia, Althea, Anunnaki, Assassin Pug Jerry, Bang Bang, Atheist Jerry, Grizzly, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, watch out for that guy, Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Blameless Fish, Blip Bloop Jerry, but Jerry, it's cold outside, Camille Sarah, Commander J Tank, Deltarune Jerry, Dinosaur Nightlight, Dennis Dayton, Disposable Waifu, Dragon Shade, Aaron Lennox, Frozen Over Studios, Gypsy, Hadrian BR, Heathcliff, Itchy Nuts, just scratching bro, a pimp named Jay Crisp, yes you gotta say the whole thing, JM Coon, Jennifer Schaefer, Jerry Big Nuts, aka Mr. J, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Milady Nix, Jerry the Small Jerry than the other Jerrys, Jerry the Outlaw Mother Trucker, honk honk, John Hero, John Jerry Jingleheimer Schmidt, hey, that's my name too. Jolly Black Jerry, Simboofacus if your boofing is free, K Jerry W Kajow, Crewhee, Miss Monday, Lord Jerryo, leader of the Thunder Jerrys, ho! Jackets Rule, Melgar the Destroyer, Mr. Carrot 797, God of Veggies, Good for your eyes. Natari, Nightmare Jerry, Origami Steve Jerry, or Origami Jerry Steve. I think I'm mixed up now. Panda Prince Jerry, Phantom of the Pines, Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Ramtide Lacrimates. I don't know what that word means. I still didn't look it up. Rose Jerry Miller, TSM Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Serrated Ash, Staples, aka Jerry Yeet, Stephanie Goodner, Synaptic Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tato Ferret, Teddy the Police, 10-Ton Monster, The One True Fusky, Tom. But it's the Jerry on the inside that counts. Church, Treeberg, Vigilante Justice, Viking Jerry. We filed a missing persons report for Marble Jerry. We probably should have done that a while ago. What does the beard say? Willman, Comrade Mooney, Kira, you're a wizard, Jerry. Redwind, Goose says honk, Jerry, Atrick, Naga Viper, Side Jerry the Cyborg, a normal Jerry. Now I worry about Marble Jerry. We should ask Sherlock Jerry Holmes for help. God damn it. Jerry, Hunter of Jerry's, Devourer of all things tasty. It is Tom, not a Jerry, like I said before. Admiral T-Tank, Alunia, Amara, Atomic Jerryzilla, AZ, Banished Knight, Babushka's Irradiated Jam, Broken Spine, Horseradish, the original different Jerry, Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, yeah, Canadian Lynx, Chia Jerry, Chris Meska, Cinnamon Bunny Dog, come with me if you want to, Jerry. Furry Worry Awoo Jerry, Crib Titties, Cuban Jerry, the Fawn Jerry, Dopamine Drought, not around here, bruh. Electrical Fennec, Ghost of Alpha. Give her both inches. Give her both inches. God damn it. He not HMT Mayor. Holy Barry, Jerry. How's your short game, Jerry? Hydra Jerry. Jerry and Tom versus Santa Werebeard Apocalypse. Jerry in the Subaru STI. Not a sponsor. Jerry Binks. Check out the mustache on Jerry Aldo Rivera. We also got Jerry Bean, Yum, Jerry Roxas, Yay, Jerry Role Playing Game, aka Bloody Butterfly Gaming, Judge, Jerry and Executioner, King Tom, Smasher of Jerry Zillas, or so I heard, Kitsakin, Crafty Kitty Cat, Life of a Guardian, Little Ann Woods, Lucia Lovecraft, maybe next time, Midnight Sun, Milkfed, Gimp, Miss Duchess, Not Invisible, Angel, I see you, One Leg Jerry sings Jingle Bells, let me see you hop around, jingle the bells for me, Origami Cam, Ghosty, Raptor Art, she's my Jerry Pie, go drink a Mountain Dew, what a big surprise, cringe so good, make a grown man cry, sweet Jerry Pie. Buck Cherry for Jerry. Solorian King. Snary, that's Snom Jerry. Spoony, Steampunk Ellie, Terry. Or the crippling duality of being both a Tom and a Jerry. The Necro Jerry Con. The original Jerry, not. The most different Jerry, maybe. To Infinite Jerry and beyond. Definitely. Tuna Fish Jerry, the Aquarium Escapee, Zestaboo Jerry, and Tom Promise Jerry Swears. Oh no, bad Jerry, Tom. Be a good boy, don't swear. It's just a fact. Soy size. Go ahead, look it up. By it, I mean another ReddX video. God damn it, guys. The Patreon is growing so long. I used to think that the answer was shortening the patron list, but now I realize that the true solution is to lengthen the videos. Ooh, big brain play right there. So thank you guys for making my Patreon, my channel, my life, everything that it is. I do hope that some other people will consider supporting on the Patreon. But hey, if you can't do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there. Wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoy today. Maybe like, watching some more ReddX videos. That'd be cool. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye.